In episode 1, Remembrance, in an interview, retired Starfleet Admiral Jean-Luc Picard reveals that he resigned in protest after Starfleet abandoned plans to rescue Romulan citizens from a supernova when rogue synthetics attacked the rescue fleet. Starfleet banned the creation of synthetics after the attack. Romulan assassins attack the young woman named Dahj and kill her partner. This triggers something in Dahj, and she is able to kill the assassins. Experiencing visions of Picard and seeing his interview, Dahj seeks him out. After meeting her, Picard visits Starfleet archives and finds a painting that features a figure who resembles Dahj. Entitled Daughter, the painting was given to Picard by his android former Lieutenant Commander Data. More assassins attack Picard, and Dahj is killed. Picard meets with Dr. Agnes Jurati at the Daystrom Institute, who explains that Dahj could be Data's daughter due to an experimental procedure known as fractal neuronic cloning, which results in twin androids with organic bodies. Meanwhile, Dahj's twin, Soji Asher, is working in a Borg cube that has been reclaimed by Romulan refugees. In episode 2, Maps and Legends, hoping to find Soji before the assassins get to her, Picard investigates Dahj's apartment with his Romulan employee Laris. Laris believes the assassins may be members of the Zhat Vash, a secret organization with a deep-rooted hatred of synthetics, and helps Picard discover Soji's location from Dahj's computer. On the Borg cube called the Artifact, Soji develops a relationship with Romulan agent Narek while she works on a project to remove Borg technology from former Borg drones. Despite the onset of a terminal illness, Picard asks Starfleet Admiral Christian Clancy for a ship and crew to find Soji. She refuses him and refers the incident to Starfleet Security Chief Commodore O, who discusses it with a lieutenant. This is Narek's sister Narissa in disguise. Narissa led the assassins to kill Dahj, while Narek is approaching his target Soji with seduction rather than violence. Picard decides to find and save Soji himself and begins to assemble a new crew, starting with his former Starfleet First Officer, Raffi Musiker. In episode 3, The End is the Beginning, when Picard resigned following the synth attack on Mars, Starfleet fired Raffi. She now resents him for that and for not helping her in the subsequent years and refuses to join him. However, she does find him a freelance pilot named Chris Rios. On the Artifact, the Reclamation Project's director, the former Borg drone Hugh, allows Soji to interview a Romulan that has been reclaimed from the Borg. This Romulan declares Soji to be the destroyer and tries to kill herself, but Soji unknowingly uses her enhanced speed to stop this from happening. Narissa warns Narek not to get emotionally attached to Soji. O approaches Dr. Jurati, who reveals her discussion with Picard. Shortly after this, Picard is attacked by Zhat Vash operatives. Jurati helps kill all of them but one, who calls Soji the destroyer before committing suicide. Picard agrees to take Jurati on his mission to find Soji, and the pair transport aboard Rios's ship La Serena. There they are also joined by Raffi, who believes that Soji's creator, Bruce Maddox, is on the planet Freecloud and will travel with them to get that far. In episode 4, Absolute Candor, Picard asks Rios to make a detour to the planet Vashti, where he helped relocate Romulan refugees before the attack on Mars. Picard had befriended a young boy named Elnor and promised to return for him, but abandoned the boy after he resigned from Starfleet. Elnor was then raised by the Qowat Milat, warrior nuns who have sworn an oath of absolute candor. Picard asks Elnor to join his quest. Elnor initially refuses, but changes his mind when Picard is attacked by Romulans who resent Starfleet for abandoning the evacuation effort. Picard and Elnor beam up to La Serena, where Rios and Raffi are fighting with the local warlord. A mystery ship helps La Serena win the battle, but is damaged in the process. They beam the pilot, a former Borg drone 7 of 9, to La Serena. On the Artifact, Soji tries to learn more about the Romulans that were assimilated by the Artifact and their prophesized destroyer. Narek offers to get her information on the Romulans, but the pair have a falling out when he expresses doubt about Soji's past. Narissa gives Narek 1 week to get information on the other synths from Soji. In episode 5, Stardust City Rag, years ago, 7 of 9 was forced to euthanize her close friend Icheb after his Borg implants were ripped out by a black market dealer, Bjayzl. Now, 7 travels with La Serena to Freecloud, where Raffi learns that Bjayzl has Maddox captive and intends to sell him to the Romulans. To free Maddox, Picard's crew stage a prisoner exchange with 7 as the bait. Meanwhile, Raffi unsuccessfully tries to reconnect with her estranged son Gabriel before returning to La Serena. When Bjayzl recognizes Seven drops the charade and reveals her true intention, to kill Bjayzl and avenge Icheb. Picard convinces Seven not to seek revenge, and Maddox is safely beamed to La Serena. Later, Seven returns to Freecloud and kills Bjayzl without Picard's knowledge. In the La Serena sickbay, Maddox tells Picard that he sent Soji and Dahj to the Artifact and Earth, respectively, in order to recover the true motivation behind the Starfleet synth ban. Once left alone by Picard, Jurati confronts Maddox and discusses the fact that they used to secretly be in a relationship together together. Jurati then murders Maddox. In episode 6, The Impossible Box, Narek realizes that Soji has the same nightmare each night and plans to use this to find where she was created. Struggling with the guilt of murdering Maddox, Jurati has sex with Rios. To board the artifact without causing a diplomatic incident with the Romulans, Picard asks Raffi to procure official clearance from the Federation. Raffi, drunk and high following her son's rejection, convinces an old Starfleet acquaintance to provide the clearance. This allows Picard to beam aboard the artifact and reconnect with Hugh. Due to Narek's manipulation, Soji begins to discover that her identity was recently manufactured, and he guides her through the Romulan meditation practice of Jal Mak to explore her dreams. She's able to identify clues hinting at the place she was created. Narek tells Soji that she is not real and attempts to poison her with radiation. This activates her self-defense mechanism, which allows her to survive. Soji runs into Picard and Hugh and helps them transport to the nearby planet Nepenthe. Elnor beams aboard the artifact to help Hugh cover their tracks. In episode 7, Nepenthe, when Jurati was approached by O used a Vulcan mind meld to reveal the horrifying potential consequences of allowing synthetic life like Soji to exist. Jurati agreed to help destroy her and ingested a tracking device. Narek now uses that to track La Sirena until a guilt-ridden Jurati takes an injection that places her in a coma and stops the tracker from working. Elnor's attempts to protect Hugh on the artifact are unsuccessful when Narissa fatally wounds Hugh. Before dying, Hugh gives Elnor a device to signal Seven of Nine's vigilante group, the Fenris Rangers. On Nepenthe, Picard reunites with his old friends and colleagues William Riker and Deanna Troi, whose son Thad died after the medical procedure he required was banned as part of the synthetic ban. Riker, Troi, and their daughter Kestra give shelter to Picard and Soji until La Sirena arrives. Troi and Riker can see Soji's pain following Narek's betrayal and help Picard begin to earn her trust. The family also try to help Soji come to terms with being an android and are able to help identify the location from her dream. In episode 8, Broken Pieces, Picard and Soji beam aboard La Sirena and Rios has a panic attack when he sees Soji. When Jurati wakes up, she offers to turn herself over to Starfleet. After meeting Soji, she chooses not to harm her. Rios tells Raffi about his Starfleet captain who murdered 2 people on Starfleet's orders before committing suicide. Raffi also pieces together that the Romulans discovered a warning from a past civilization about the horrors of evolved synthetic life, and the Zhat Vash sent the half-Romulan O to infiltrate Starfleet and investigate the Mars attack as part of their anti-synth plan. The people Rios' captain murdered were synths from Soji's homeworld, and one of them, Zhana, looked just like her. Hearing this activates memories for Soji, and she plots a course for her home, still followed by Narek. On the artifact, Seven of Nine arrives to help Elnor fight the Romulans. She connects with the cube and the Borg drones that are in stasis on it, but the Romulans kill all the drones by releasing them into space. The Romulans then abandon the artifact and prepare to invade the synth world. In episode 9, Et in Arcadia Ego Part 1, using a Borg transwarp conduit, La Sirena arrives at Soji's homeworld, Coppelius, several days before the Romulan fleet. Narek arrives and attacks, but is interrupted when the artifact follows them through the transwarp conduit as well. A planetary defense system in the form of giant orchids drags the 3 ships to the planet's surface, and Picard requires medical attention following the crash. Jurati discovers his terminal illness and Picard reveals it to the rest of the crew. After finding Elnor and Seven alive in the wreckage of the artifact, the crew travels to the settlement where Dahj and Soji were created, and they find Maddox's partner and the son of Data's creator Altan Inigo Sung with a colony of synths, including Jana's twin sister Sutra. Sutra uses a mind meld to see the vision O showed Jurati and believes that it is a message to synthetic life from higher beings willing to destroy organic life. Sung, Soji, and the other synths support Sutra's plan to call these beings before the Romulans arrive. Picard disagrees and is taken prisoner. In episode 10, Et in Arcadia Ego Part 2, Narek convinces Raffi, Rios, and Elnor to help him destroy the synth's beacon. Jurati frees Picard and the pair escape to La Sirena, which Picard flies to confront and stall the Romulans. Narissa targets La Sirena with the artifact's defenses, but is stopped and killed by Seven of Nine. Sung discovers that Sutra worked with Narek to convince the other synths to agree to her plan, and he incapacitates her. Soji foils the attempt to destroy the beacon and activates it. Picard begins to succumb to his illness, but Jurati prolongs his life enough for him to distract the Romulans until a Starfleet armada arrives in support led by Captain Riker. This gives Soji the choice to turn the beacon off herself, which she does, and the Romulans retreat. Picard dies after Jurati and Sung transfer his consciousness into a device holding Maddox's copy of Data's consciousness. Picard says goodbye to Data before awaking in a synthetic golem body. After the Federation lifts the ban on synths, Picard and Soji set off in La Sirena with Rios, Raffi, Jurati, Elnor, and Seven of Nine. I hope you've enjoyed my recap of Star Trek Picard Season 1. Please don't forget to leave a super thanks if you're able to. too. Subscribe if you hadn't already done so. Like and comment. Check out my merch in the merch store where you can pick up some great Star Trek themed merchandise. Check out my other great videos or click on the join button to learn more about becoming a Sci Fanatics member. And I'll catch you guys very soon for my next video. I'll see you then.